What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? It's your favorite girl in the building one more time. AK, what? My name is Kayla, also known as the Honest Disciple, y'all. So it's been a minute since I've been in the studio, y'all. It's just been so busy. But I was like, you know what? I'm determined to take some time to do a video. When I tell y'all, it's been a lot. It's been a bit much, but it's okay. We here, and I'm back with another topic. So today, the plan is basically me focusing on changing the narrative. Let's have a conversation. Bring it here. Conversation. Let's change the narrative. Now, what narrative am I talking about? So let me be honest, I ain't trying to put nobody out there, but this is what I typically hear around my community, or I'll just say the Black community. If you're talking about anything dealing with money or somebody doing well, or whatever the case may be, the narrative or the thing that we say is, oh, that's what white folks do. Oh yeah, that's how they do it. Talking about how well our Caucasian brothers and sisters were able to do to leave their family or their children something. And today I was talking to my husband and I was like, hey babe, why do we say that? Why is it that we often come to terms, or we often come to these words to say, oh, that's what the white folks do? Why don't we ever say, oh, that's what Black folks do when it comes to money in a positive way? And I know I'm here for everybody. I am. Anybody knows me. I talk to anybody, whatever the case may be. But I have to be responsible for calling out my community, the Black community. Why not we take the time, all of us, take time to do what wealthy, white, Black, Hispanic, Indian, Asian, Chinese, French, German, whoever. Let's do what they do. No longer should wealth be attached to white people. Why is that the case? I've seen many affluent and influential African Americans. I've seen very affluent and wealthy white individuals. I've seen wealthy and influential Chinese American or Asian, whatever the case may be. We've seen it all, but yet we still attach wealthy to white. Change the narrative. Y'all listen to this. If we change the narrative, then we can change the conversation. If we can change the conversation, then we can definitely change the mindset. If we change the mindset, then we are able to change the action. And the last thing that I'll say is, if we can change the actions that we are partaking in, then I can guarantee you that we can start to change the community around us. The point of what I'm getting at is that wealth should not have to be attached to white people, because we're all living in a world where we can partake and utilize the information that we have available to us. Now, I get it. Some people may not have information. Some people might not know. Some people's environments are not conducive to, I'll say, bettering people. I'll say that. Some environments are not conducive to producing people who can change the narrative around them. The whole thing that I'm getting at is that it's not one person's responsibility to do anything. For my Black folks, I'm going to say it like this. It's not the white man's responsibility to do anything other than to treat you how you are supposed to be treated, right? That's what the word says. Now, if they don't, that's a different story. But the whole point of what I'm saying is, it's nobody else's responsibility, because it is your responsibility. For those who have the mindset, the understanding, and have the willpower to be able to grab those resources around them. The reason why you need to take responsibility is so that you take responsibility, so that you can be well, so that you can live well, you can teach well, and then leave well. I'll say those 4 things one more time and then we're going to move on, all right? Because I want you to get it. It's no man's responsibility to do anything, but it's your responsibility to learn the resources around you so that you can be well, so that you can live well, you can teach well, and leave well. Now let's move on to the next point, because I think y'all got it. Now earlier, I talked about doing what the wealthy does. You heard me say, why not do what the wealthy, black, white, Chinese, Asian, whatever, why not do what they do? Now, what are some things that they do? First things that they do is invest. All right. Now, investing, I know y'all, your mind is all the way up here, but investing is in 2 parts. First part, investing in the kingdom. Y'all already know I'm a Christian. Come on. Now we talk about faith and finances here, right? So the first thing you do, again, like I said, is invest into the kingdom. I get it. A lot of y'all are very adverse to investing into the churches. But what you don't understand is that when the Lord called us to give him our first fruits, we obey that. Why not? Now, I'm not here to sit here and tell you, oh, you got to give this and you got to give that. I don't know what you believe. I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe that 10%, go ahead and give it up. That 10% plus, go ahead and give it up. All right. The Lord can do way better with my 10% than I can do with my 90. Now, also, let me clarify this before I move on about that point. Churches, a lot of my Christian brothers and sisters, they give to churches. But let me tell you, before I even began to go to a church and really get connected to a church, because I wasn't always a Christian that went to church. I was searching for somewhere to go. I didn't understand the word, not that much. I was pretty much teaching myself. I was pretty much just studying with the help of the Lord, trying to figure this thing out. So what I would do is that I will go to other organizations or people that helped out the homeless or whatever the case may be. I gave my 10% that way. That was another way of me being able to serve the Lord and trust in the Lord that it would be utilized in the way that he needed it to. Okay. So if you don't have a church home or you don't know where to give the money, give it, but you can choose to give it to a church organization, or you can choose to give it to any other organization that is helping other people. I said number 1 is investing. That's the first. The first part was what I talked about was the kingdom. And let me also be clear. I'm talking about Christian wealthy people, my faith-based Christian people. I don't know what these other folks are doing, but I'm just telling you what I know to be true. My Christian wealthy people, they invest in the Lord. All right. The second thing that they do with under part 1, so they invest into the kingdom, and then they invest into number 2, themselves. Now, what am I talking about? When I say themselves, put some money to the side. And I'm learning this too, y'all, because it can be very hard in the mix of paying your bills and the mix of doing all these other things. You can get caught up in taking care of everything other than yourself. How do I know? Done it for years. Am I still learning how to do this? Absolutely. But we gonna get there. All right. So first part was the kingdom. Second part, yourself. Third part under category part 1 is then set money aside to invest into others. So it's the kingdom, it's yourself, then others. Now, why are you after the kingdom and then others? The reason being is you can't be going out here looking ugly, toe down, and confused. Okay, look decent. I'm just saying, like, take care of your skin, take care of yourself, take care of your eyes, take care of your mouth. Invest a little bit into yourself so that you can look decent. Golly, you ain't got to be toe down, huh? Gosh, and I promise you that's not what the Lord wants either. So invest into the kingdom, invest into yourself, and then invest into others. And when I do say invest into yourself, let me go back to that a little bit. Just a little. You don't have to do too much. Matter of fact, as a part of your budget, it shouldn't be that much. But just enough to make sure that you're doing what needs to be done for yourself. Then for others, like I said, you put money to the side. Now, all of that is part one. Part two is where the stuff gets real. First thing that you need to invest in under part two is insurance. Y'all, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people do GoFundMe's, people asking for money to pay for people's funerals. This is something that is real. So before you start investing into this other stuff, because y'all, faith and finances, y'all know, or a lot of people know, when it comes to me, yes, I talk about stocks, crypto, and all of that. But if you don't have life insurance, you don't need to have none of that. As a matter of fact, you can take that paying yourself out and let that be your pay yourself. Because ain't no way you need to be buying shoes, clothes, and everything else, but you ain't got no life insurance. That is a problem. That is a huge problem. Now, we can talk about the details about insurance and all that, but you need to get you something. And then, like I said, under part two, if you do have life insurance, if you want to invest into more life insurance, definitely go ahead and do that too. So life insurance, number two, stocks, crypto. This is the fourth thing. You'll be surprised. Real gold and silver. Now, while the market has been going down, one of the items that continue to either rise or remain stable is gold and silver, and a lot of people don't know that. Now, I wouldn't tell people that you got it, but it's something to have if there is a market crash. You can decide to keep it or to cash it in, but either way, that's still a great investment. And I just wanted to tell y'all that really quickly because we ain't got that much time. So you got life insurance, you got stocks, you got crypto, you got real gold and silver, and then number 5, of course, you got your real estate. So those are some things that you can do when you're trying to follow the wealthy. Now that you've heard the first part, the second part is wealthy people save. Now, it's not common for wealthy people to have the majority of what they own to be in liquid cash. That's why save is after all of those things that I listed. After investing into the kingdom, yourself, other people, and then of course you got stocks, crypto, insurances, and all of that. The reason why saving was not up there is because, again, I will say it, most wealthy people do not have the majority of what they own in liquid cash. Yes, they have liquid cash, but most of their money is in assets. Not liabilities, but in assets, and some in cash. That's just what they do. And it's smart because assets is what makes sure your net worth continues to grow, not liquid cash. You can save for 1,000,000 years. You will never be able to accumulate as much as you would need for your family if you do not invest. And that's just a fact. That's just to let you know that's your tip of the day. All right. So why did I tell y'all all that stuff? I want you guys to start to get serious before your light is snuffed out. Please don't let your time be wasted when your family can be saved just a portion of the pain and suffering that they're going to go through once you do leave. It doesn't make sense for them to have to worry about finances and grieving when literally you have the time right now today to start doing exactly some of the things that I named. It takes no time to start giving to the Lord. It takes no time to start paying yourself just a little bit. It takes no time to get the insurance. It takes no time just to be nice and give to other people outside of yourself. It takes no time to learn Now, when I say no time, I don't literally mean no time. It does take a little bit of time and effort to look up the information that you need to grow. Educate yourself so that you can do the 4 things that I talked about earlier. So that you can be well, live well, teach well, then leave well. It's nothing worse than having somebody leave you on this earth and they left you nothing at all but bills, pain, and nothing to gain. So take the time to learn all you need to learn so that you can leave the knowledge and wisdom for your generations that are going to come after you. Y'all, let's get real. Let's get serious. Start to think about this thing and start changing the narrative. Take responsibility. Stop blaming the next person, but start changing the narrative and doing better so that when we do leave, they can say they appreciate us taking the time out to do what needs to be done. With that, y'all, I hope y'all learned something. I hope this has been educational. This video has honestly been a little bit longer than I expected, but it's alright. I enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it too. And I'll see y'all next time. Y'all be easy. Peace, peace.